good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Okay, so are you ready? We go to the first chapter in biology, which is biology form 5, which is organization of plant tissue and growth. Okay, so right now in your buku rampayan, okay, 1.1 organization of plant tissue, because later on I will ask you to copy something from this slide, okay, in the buku rampayan. Okay, so the first learning standard. Are you ready? Okay, you are able to know and also you are able to explain or communicate about the type of plants, tissue, and also their main function. Right, this diagram is not the straw, but this is the one of the plant tissue. Later on, okay, we are going to discuss what is this tissue and what is this tissue. Okay, so buku rampayan, take out buku rampayan. So I want you to draw this gambar pokok. Okay, Lucas. Okay, buku rampayan kan saya dah tulis minta tadi, you keluarkan. Okay, so you draw this pokok first. Okay, why I want you to draw this pokok? Okay, because from this pokok, we are going to know the organization of the plant tissue. Okay, dah. Lukis simple je. Okay, so this is the flowering plant. You remember or not, before this, okay, in form 1, okay, the cell organization we have learned, okay, start with the cell, tissue, organ, system, organism. So that flow also we will be used in the plant. Plant also have cell, plant also have tissue, plant also have organ, plant also have system, and plant also have organism. But for plant it's much more simple. Okay, so the organism. Okay, the organism is the flowering plant. Okay, the plant itself is the flowering plant itself is the organism. Okay, organism kita tengok terbalik terbalik. Organism, okay, actually is made up from a few system. So for the plant, what are the system involved? So the plant has only two system. Simple kan? Okay, kalau manusia ada banyak, but for plant only two system. So the first system is shoot system and the second one is root system. Okay, so tolong label juga. Dah lukis tadi, you label. Okay, and then system actually is made up from organs. Okay, from many organs that we made up system. So what are the organs for the flowering plants? Okay, flower, leaf, stem, root. Cikgu sikitnya, malah sikit. Plant simple saja. Okay, you must fall in love with plants. Okay, alright. And then tissue. Okay, next, organ made up from tissue. So ada berapa, how many type of tissue that the plant has? Okay, later on kita pergi next slide, kita akan tengok the plant tissue. So saya nak you tulis dulu dalam buku rampayan all this, you lukis gambar ni, and then you label this is the shoot system, root system, and then you label the organ, flower, leaf, stem, root. Okay, next, tissue. So for the tissue, plant tissue, okay, continue lepas dalam buku rampayan tu, bahagian bawah tu you write down, plant tissue there are two. Sikitnya, betul, sebab plant simple. Okay, so there are two type of tissue. The first one is meristematic tissue and the second one is permanent tissue. So lepas dah lukis gambar tadi pokok, atas tu, bawah tu, awak lukis yang ni. Okay, buat. Okay, plant tissue, ada meristematic tissue, ada permanent tissue. Cepat. Keluarkan buku rampayan, jangan tengok saja. Okay, kena buat sambil-sambil tu, barulah you akan ingat. Okay, so under meristematic tissue ni sebenarnya apa? What actually is meristematic tissue ni? Dekat mana? Okay, this pokok. Lukis lagi ke? Ya, lukislah. Okay, so meristematic tissue Okay, actually, okay, awak nampak tak di small yang kotak ni, okay, warna merah atas dan bawah. Okay, is located, okay, this meristematic tissue actually located at the shoot and also at the root. So for the shoot, it called as the shoot apical meristem. For the root, it called as the root apical meristem. Dua je ke teacher? No, ada satu lagi dekat mana? In the dekat bahagian stem. Okay, which is that one is called as lateral meristem. But okay, awak kena ingat macam ni. M for meristematic tissue. Meristematic. And at this tissue meristematic, there is a very, very active mitosis occur because the plant will grow. Pokok tu dia akan grow upwards, downwards, left and right. The diameter also grow. So M for meristematic. You tulis sikit, campur sikit. Tulis sikit kat situ. Good. M also for mitosis. You write down M also for mitosis. So remember, in meristematic tissue, okay, the another M occur, which is mitosis occur. For what? For the plant to grow. Okay, next. Permanent tissue. The second type for the plant tissue is permanent tissue. Under permanent tissue, there is 3 tissue which are epidermal, ground and vascular. Uish, keluar cepat pula ground ni. Okay, epidermal ni maksudnya di bahagian outer part. Okay, later on we are going to see. Ground, okay, there are 3 tissue, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and vascular tissue. Yang ini yang very famous one is a xylem and phloem. Okay, apa benda ni nanti kita akan go through, don't worry. Okay, dah salin dah ni. Tulis dalam buku rampaian. Okay, tulis semua ni dalam buku rampaian. If you need to pause this video, you pause the video. Alright, so next. Okay, lepas kita belajar plant tissue, okay, kita akan tengok, we will go detail about this tissue, permanent tissue dulu. Okay, boleh? Ready? For the next slide, we are going to discuss more on permanent tissue, which is involved of epidermal tissue, ground tissue, and also vascular tissue in the plants. Okay, ready? Okay, next page. Dalam buku rampaian, muka surat sebelah. Okay, ready? Okay, you have to draw this diagram. Kena lukis. From drawing, okay, you can more understand. Alright, so lukis sikit. Ni, this is the shoot, the stem, the root. Okay, and then you draw like the cuts of the stem. Okay, we do cross section. So you come up with this. For the root, the cross section, you come up with this. Leaf, you do the cross section, you come up with this. Okay, so remember, tadi, tengok balik buku rampaian tadi yang you lukis tadi. Okay, the last page tadi. Permanent tissue ada berapa? How many type of tissue under the permanent tissue? Ada 3. Epidermal, vascular, and also ground. Just now I mentioned for the epidermal is the outer, bahagian luar. Epidermis, okay, epidermis skin, our skin epidermis luar. Okay, so for the plant we will go, okay, for the permanent tissue we will go the first tissue which is epidermal. Di bahagian luar, warna biru ni. The blue color is epidermal. Okay, for the leaf. Okay, this one, epidermal for the stem. Root, blue color, epidermal for the root. Okay, next, vascular. Okay, vascular tissue ada xylem and phloem. So this one lah, leaf. Okay, xylem and phloem is vascular, warna purple. Okay, stem. Okay, the vascular and root. This is the vascular tissue. Okay, next. Ground tissue. The yellow color. Okay, this ground tissue. Semua yang kuning ni is ground tissue. Ground tissue. Ground tissue. Okay, we will go for the example for the each of the tissue, epidermal, vascular, and ground tissue. Okay, first, alright, focus on the epidermal tissue first. Okay, dah. Kena tulis ke? Ya, you kena tulis. Dalam buku rampaian tu dah lukis. And then dah lukis yang ini juga. Okay, and then you tolong label. Okay, draw nicely. So, if you have a different color of highlighter, then you can use the different color of highlighter. You highlight. Okay, tiru macam ni pun tak apa. Okay, alright. So, we will go to the epidermal tissue. Okay, yang ini tak payah salin. Just for your information lah. Okay, enough already. If you know where is the epidermal, vascular, ground, cukup. Then we look at for this, focus here in the slide. Epidermal tissue, because it is located outer part, bahagian luar. So, it will give protective, okay, ataupun protection. It will provide a protective cover for the entire body of the plants. It's like a skin for the plants. Okay, so what are the example of the epidermal tissue that we can found in the leaf? Okay, we can found the gut cell. So what is the function for the gut cell? Control the opening and closing of the stoma. So, let's say we go down here, the root. What are the example for the epidermal tissue for the roots? Okay, yang bahagian luar. So, kalau you tengok akar tu, dia ada a lot of root hair cell. Yang ini, yang kecil-kecil tu. Okay, so this root hair cell, okay, what is the function? Increase the surface area for the better absorption of water and mineral from the soil. Okay, boleh? Okay, next. Settle about the epidermal tissue, we will go to the ground tissue, yellow color. Okay, ground tissue. So, ground tissue yang ini nampak kuning ni, wah banyaknya, mestilah. Okay, because ground tissue will form the bulk of a plant. So, actually, keseluruhan bahagian dalam plants itu, it consists of ground tissue. Okay, what are the example of the ground tissue? Okay, the plant has parenchyma tissue, collenchyma tissue, and sclerenchyma tissue. Okay, so apa perbezaan all these three? Nampak macam sama saja? No, it's not same. Okay, sekarang ni dah lukis yang ini dekat dalam buku rampaian, betul? Okay, bahagian bawah tu, okay, we focus on the ground tissue. So, buat lagi satu, you have to copy the next one. Ground tissue. Okay, tolong tulis dekat bahagian bawah. Okay, yang selepas selepas yang tadi, pokok tadi tu. Okay, you write down ground tissue. Teacher, do I need to draw this? No, but you need to draw this. Okay, yang bahagian bawah ni. Yang atas ni tak boleh lah draw. This is the real diagram. Alright, for this one, okay, macam mana nak lukis? Okay, you write down first, parenchyma tissue. Parenchyma tissue is the cell wall is thin. Nampak tak? Garisan dia sangat nipis. So, this is parenchyma tissue. Okay, lukis. Kena lukis. Kalau tak, you tak tahu the difference. Okay, you have to draw. This is the way of learning biology. Okay, parenchyma tissue, you lukis very thin cell wall. Okay, dah. Okay, next. Second, ground tissue. Selepas parenchyma tissue is collenchyma tissue. Okay, tengok. Kenapa saya suruh lukis? Because, you tengok for the collenchyma, the cell wall is, okay, there is the uneven thickening. Nampak tak? Ada part, and some of the part is thicker. Some of the part is thinner. So, you draw for the collenchyma, thick part and thin part. Okay, lukis. Okay, beza Tengok, kalau you lukis, baru you notice the difference. If you just watch the video without doing anything, you lupa. Okay, so parenchyma is thin, collenchyma uneven thickening. Ada another, some of the part thicker, some of the part thin. Okay, next. For the third one is sclerenchyma. So for the sclerenchyma, okay, all the cell wall has the even thickening. So semua pun tebal. So draw. You draw the sclerenchyma, tebal, 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 tebal. So next, when you look at the tissue, okay, when there is a very thin cell wall, is parenchyma. And then there are the thicker, some of thicker, some of thin. Okay, this is a collenchyma. Kalau all thicker is sclerenchyma. Okay, alright. So next, kita pergi kepada, okay, parenchyma. What is parenchyma function? Fungsi dia. Okay, so parenchyma is made up from the living cell and it has a very thin cellulose cell wall. Okay, because the cell wall is thin, so it has enough space for the vacuole to have large vacuole. Okay, and it has nucleus. Teacher nak saran ke ni? Tak payah. Cukup yang tadi tu. Yang ni kita akan buat dalam buku kerja. Okay. So, function for the parenchyma, it will carry out photosynthesis and also store organic substance because it has a very large vacuole. Okay. And provide the mechanical support for the herbaceous plants. Because why? Because when the vacuole has enough water, so the herbaceous plants can stand still. Okay, kalau pokok tu dia tak cukup air, dia akan wilt, isn't it? Because the water in the vacuole tak cukup. Because the vacuole is large. Okay, and parenchyma also allow the gases exchange to the submerged leaf. Okay, next. Second one, collenchyma tissue. So, you nampak ada tebal, ada nipis. Okay, the structure alive at maturity. Okay, and then, okay, during the maturity, this plant will, dia akan matilah, alive at maturity. Primary cell wall are uneven thickened. Okay, it will thick in the corners. Function, it's provide, okay, flexible supports. Okay, because they're uneven thicker, so they are the flexible support in soft non-woody plants organ. Okay, last one. Sclerenchyma cell. So for the sclerenchyma cell, this one yang warna coklat ni very thick. So it's made up from the dead cell at the maturity. Dia dah jadi sel yang sudah mati sebab tu dia tebal. Okay. Alright, and have thick and rigid secondary wall. Okay, dia ada lignin. Okay, function, because dia ialah sangat tebal, very thick, and then of course it will give the structural support. Boleh? Okay. Back to this slide. Tadi kita dah bincang epidermal and also we already discussed about the ground. So, blue and yellow already discussed. Next is the purple color. So, this purple color is about vascular tissue. So, vascular tissue, like say, we zoom in the stem cross section. So, dia ada gambar macam ni kan. So, this pizza. Okay, this something look like pizza. It is a vascular tissue and made up from xylem and phloem. Wah, very familiar this. Senyum sikit lah sebab you dah familiar with this. Xylem and phloem. For the vascular tissue, okay, di bahagian tengah, okay, for the stem, dalam inner part is the xylem. Okay, this is the xylem, orange color. And outer part here, yang bahagian luar, is the phloem. So, the yellow part here is the phloem. Okay, look carefully. Xylem is the orange color here. Phloem, these two. Okay, these two is phloem. Habis tu yang tengah-tengah ni apa? Okay, yang tengah-tengah ni nama dia ialah cambium. Okay, cambium. You have to know. Sebab nanti next chapter ada cerita tentang cambium. Okay, so for the vascular tissue, you lukis sikit. Tak payah banyak-banyak, you lukis sikit, yang ni cukup. Okay, this diagram you draw xylem, cambium, phloem. Cukup. Okay, draw carefully. If you need to pause this video, you pause. Okay, xylem, and it's showing that xylem, the arrow, it's showing moving upwards. Phloem, it's moving downwards. Okay, and the cell that will divide between the xylem and phloem is known as cambium. Okay, alright, look carefully. This one, dia punya gambar. Okay, dia punya, nampak tak dia punya lubang ni, the hole is bigger. Yang ini dia dot hole. So you have to draw very careful. And this one dia ada not continuous. The cell wall is dia ada apa nama tu? Lubang. Okay. So we will go to xylem. Dah lukis ni? Okay. Next slide. We are focused on xylem. Sikit lagi. So this is a xylem tissue. Okay, xylem tissue is made up from the dead at maturity with the hollow lumen. So the lumen must be hollow. Okay, and the secondary wall are hardened with lignin. So dekat sini dia punya secondary wall ni dia keras. Okay, why it become hardened? Because it's made up from the lignin. Okay, and then the function. Function for the xylem tissue to transport water. Okay, and also provide the structural support because the secondary wall is hard. Okay, next, last line. Phloem. So phloem ni, okay, dia ada sieve tube. Nanti kita akan tengok. Okay, tak apa. Yang ni you tahu je dulu. This one no need to copy. Okay, so structure is living cell at maturity, and then it has a sieve tube. Okay, sieve tube, and like this sieve tube is like nucleus and other organelle at maturity. Okay, and dia ada best friend. Siapa nama best friend dia? Best friend dia ialah companion cell. So sebelah dia tadi. Okay, so yang tadi you lukiskan ada sebelah tu macam sel macam ni. So this is the companion cell. And then the function to transport organic substance. Okay? Boleh? So habis 1.1. Nanti dekat sekolah saya akan semak buku rampayan you all. Ingat, for this year kita ada 10% for homework. Okay. Alright. Thank you. Okay, bye.